Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Governor Beshear visits the mountain to assess damage from recent flooding. A mudslide has one man concerned for his safety. And cleanup efforts continue this morning after a rock slide causes a train to derail in Pike County.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. The time is 4:59 on February 14th. I'm Madison Pergram, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning on this Friday. Happy Valentine's Day. It is a calmer weather day. We actually might see some sun out today. Let's go to Brandon Robinson. Brandon, I was driving home from work yesterday, and I saw a little blue, like this much blue sky. I'm pretty sure, like this much. And I'm like, but it's still blue sky. I'll take it.
Listen, you just want to do this morning because you stole everything I had to talk about. Everything I had to talk about.
Just do everybody's work for them.
That's right. That's the story of my life. Let's see what's going on this morning. Madison's right. We are seeing much nicer conditions as we head out the door this morning. Some slick spots, some black ice out there where water was still on the roads, and we got those cold temperatures in overnight, so be careful of that. And just to take it easy out there this morning, lots of school closings and delays, and you can see those there on the bottom of your screen and at WYMT.com. Outside WYMT this morning, very quiet, which is a beautiful, wonderful, awesome change of pace from the last few days. I know a lot of folks in those flood-ravaged areas continue to rejoice this morning because of the drier conditions. We see temperatures that are cold and getting colder. 21 Irvin and Moorhead this morning, and 28, 29, and 30 there, Harlan, Middlesboro, and Jacksboro. That's kind of our range. Winds are cranking, so that's giving us a bit of a wind chill there. Feels like the teens are even on close to the single digits there in parts of the area. So again, just bundle up this morning. So we'll go max warming needed on the coffee meter. Out the door forecast, it's not going to get much better today with the temperatures, but as Madison alluded to, the sun will be out only right around freezing for a daytime high though on this Valentine's Day. Madison?
Thank you, Brandon. Well, Governor Andy Beshear visited the mountains yesterday to meet with judge executives and emergency management directors from counties affected by recent flooding. He took a helicopter tour over all the damaged areas. The governor reported that 217 homes have been impacted by the flooding and commended local officials. He also urged people to report damages to them so they can get the resources to help.
When you look at the type of damage and type of water, it shows how they were active. It shows how the actions they took saved a lot of lives.
Now, Beshear assured local counties the state is supporting them on every level. He also issued an executive order implementing price gouging laws. And a mudslide in Perry County off the left fork Macy's Creek Road has some people worried for their safety. I visited the slide in the Viper community and talked to those affected. As rain falls, Dwayne Blanton stands at the top of his driveway.
I won't go back in it right now. The dirt's all gone out from under the house.
Avoiding going into his home because of what is happening around back.
It's a slip. The state turned it over to abandoned mines. There's like 5 or 6 mines up there, and that's where all the water's coming from.
As ground breaks away from his home,
it's washed all the dirt out from underneath my house, and it's going to go into the creek.
You can see chunks of mud sliding down the mountainside into the water below.
You know, you just don't want to go back in it because you're afraid it's going to go into the holler with you in it.
And he ponders about what could be next.
When you lose your home, you know, it's not good.
Remaining focused on the positive.
I've got some lumber I'll probably build back. I'm going to change location and try to build my house back. It'll be rough with one person doing it, you know, but that's what I plan on doing.
And trying to stay safe. Now, in the meantime, the American Red Cross has come by to offer assistance to Blanton. Meanwhile, one Whitley County woman is using her business to help flooding victims. Ermadine Sutton, who owns Sutton's Quick Wash in Williamsburg, was approached by First Baptist Church about washing clothes for free for flood victims this week. Since Tuesday, detergent, fabric softener, and dryer sheets, along with more than $500, have already been donated.
It makes your heart feel full, you know, when people come forth and give stuff because they care.
If you would like to donate to cleaning of the clothes, contact First Baptist Church at 606-549-0280. And water levels on some rivers are still rising, including the Ohio River in Louisville. The river is expected to hit flood stage sometime later today or early tomorrow. The forecast keeps it in that category through early next week. Minor flooding is expected in low-lying areas along the river. And staying on the Ohio River, a major bridge was closed overnight as crews inspected for damage following a strike from a runaway barge. Officials believe the barge struck a pillar on the Pomeroy Mason Bridge in Mason, West Virginia. We are told 9 barges broke loose, but only 1 hit the pillar. 4 of them are still loose on the river. The bridge is back open this morning. And switching now to national weather, about 24 rivers across the South are at or above flood stage. Meanwhile, frigid temperatures blanketed the Midwest, and in Indiana, the wind sent waves over the shoreline of Lake Michigan. Extreme cold forced officials to cancel classes at several schools in Wichita, Kansas, and in Des Moines, Iowa, where it felt like 35 below, several water mains broke, forcing streets to close on Thursday. And one of the coldest spots in the United States yesterday was Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The high temperature only got into the single digits, and the wind chills made it feel like 20 below zero. Thankfully, forecasters say temps today will be in the 30s. And back here at home, work continues this morning cleaning up what is left of a Pike County train derailment. Officials say at about 7 yesterday morning, a CSX train was with 96 cars derailed when it hit a mudslide in the Draffin community. 2 people on board the engine had to be saved by water crews after the engine went into the Big Sandy River.
There's a lot of people working the scene, both at the Jesse's Branch area down here and here at Draffin. Try to avoid the area if you can. If you do come through here, please use caution and be careful.
Now, diesel fuel did get into the river, and officials are working with 2 utility districts downstream to make sure the water won't be impacted. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, while parts of the country are dealing with the cold right now, records for warmth were set last month.
Well, it looks to be a cold Valentine's Day. At least it'll be dry. I'll have your sunny details in about 3 minutes.